this is Sepi. In this video, I am going to paint a flower stand in watercolor. Let's get started. After drawing my flowers and the bucket with pencil, I wetted the paper using my 1-inch flat brush, and then I'm gonna start by adding permanent rose and purple to my work. For the purple flowers, I'm going to use magenta, Russian purple, but you also can use any other type of purple you like. For the greens, I'm using olive green, Russian green, Viridian green. You also can use sap green and mix them with any of these greens that I mentioned. I'm gonna start adding the stems to my purple flowers and working around my bucket with green colors. After drawing this first layer, I'm gonna add my second layers, working more in details. I'm going to start by putting my wet brush on the lighter side of my bucket and adding burnt umber and a touch of purple to the opposite side of my bucket around my pink flowers. This way the pigments are going to bleed onto the wet side, which is the left side, and they're going to create a three-dimensional look to my bucket. Working on the second layer of my pink flowers, I am using my round brush number 2 and round brush number 6, using the same colors that I use as the first layer, permanent rose, magenta, and for the stamens I am adding cadmium orange. In between the flowers, there are negative spaces for which I am using green and purple. You can use Russian green and mix it with your Russian purple, or you can use sap green and Viridian and mix it with your Windsor violet. While I'm working on the flowers, I'm also working around them on their negative spaces in between, using purple and green. Adding some more details to the petals. The next step is to add negative spaces in between my purple flowers, and for that I'm using indigo. If you don't have indigo, you can use purple and green, Viridian green. So by painting around my flowers, in some areas I'm showing those flowers, and in some areas I am using my number 6 brush to really paint the positive shapes of flowers. So it's not just negative painting, it's combination of both while I'm doing that. I'm also going in between the stems, especially on the bottom of the stems where the other side of the bucket is. I am using more burnt umber in between the stems. Working on the bucket and adding more values using the same colors, burnt umber and purple, And now I'm working on the negative spaces around my flowers, creating some depth and value to my work, working on the right side of my painting. Adding more negative spaces in between my purple flowers and some positive shapes as flowers using pinks and cadmium orange on top of the work, and adding more layers to my petals using the same pink colors to my pink flowers on the bottom is the next step. And my work is done. Thank you for watching.